And we're live. Look who's in the house. Linda G is here, everybody. Yay!
I woke up this morning.
It's good. You woke up and you're vertical. That's
I'm vertical. Yeah, yesterday was a weird day. I wonder if that Mercury retrograde is affecting a lot of people.
Did you not feel well yesterday?
No, I just had everything. I thought my hot water heater went out and I had to call a plumber, which cost plenty for them just to come out. Come to find out it wasn't the hot water heater. It was my dial on my shower. It's a brand new shower. It's only 6 years old. But something was jammed, so he fixed it. So while he was there was something on the water heater, which is only 3 years old. You could see like a screw thing that was melting. And he said, that's because they make it out of the wrong material. I have the good material. It costs you $27 for me to replace it. I said, do it while you're here.
Wow.
And then it cost me $950 to get an Ethernet cable connected from my modem underneath the house up here to this computer because I kept glitching.
Oh, right, because you had internet problems. I saw that. Yeah.
I had why they were blaming this computer's not even a year old. See, look at this computer.
Wow.
It's not even a year old. So it's like, oh, your Wi-Fi card is corrupt. I'm like, what? Anyway, and I went ahead and ordered another computer plus the $950.
Wow.
And then come to find out I really don't need another computer, but I thought I'd keep it because one of my boys will need it.
That's we always need an extra computer or laptop, right?
And it's that my son orders the gaming. You know, this is gaming. This isn't about me. This is about gaming.
Okay. All right. Well, then it needs to be very powerful.
Yeah.
So
Hi,
I guess
everybody. Hi, Lucky Girl. Hi, Sharon.
There's Lucky Girl.
Water Lily.
I was watching. Thank you so much for coming on. It's an honor to have you on my channel. And I was looking back. The last time we read together was 1 year and 4 months ago.
Okay.
And we were talking about Justice Clarence Thomas because he was currently hospitalized at that time.
Oh, okay.
And we both read on it, and we both saw that he was going to come out of it, and he was going to come back on for a while, and then he'd be out. So I'm wondering if he's any closer to going out.
Yeah, I think within the latest would be after a Democrat wins office again.
Okay, so you think it's after Biden?
Yeah, it's about another year.
Okay, another year.
Somebody just sent me a link in Iowa. They're yelling, the Iowans are yelling. Well, first of all, they're yelling at Pence that he's a traitor. They're yelling at the Satan. They're telling them, go home, put in fingers.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we don't want him to come back home here. I'm in Florida, so we don't want him to come back.
Did you hear how he stopped long-term payments to women?
No, I did not hear that.
Oh, a bunch of women are coming out, said they will make sure he doesn't get back in office. He stopped. What is
alimony?
That? Alimony.
He went ahead with that?
He went ahead with that.
I did not know that.
He just took it upon himself. Now, can he go back? Because sometimes you can make a new law, but you can't go back to people who've already had some sort of, legal document. You can't turn around and change it.
Oh my God.
I know. So women are like.
I worked for a private family where he has to pay her alimony for the rest of her life, but she had cancer and everything. I can't believe. So that means, okay, that's terrible. Okay.
That's terrible.
All right. So the other thing is that when I watched the show from the last time we were together, you said there was going to be an big assassination. It was going to be over very quickly. And Abu Shinzi from Japan was assassinated. You also said there was going to be dams that didn't hold, and there were a couple of different dams.
Right. I felt that again recently, too. So something else is coming up.
Oh, boy. And then you saw the Queen was going to pass. Because we were together in March in 22, and you said she's coming up. She's going to go. It's going to be soon, and she died in September.
Oh, my God. I said that?
You did.
Thank God I have people who keep an eye on what I say.
You did. So I went back over it. Yeah.
Can I tell you something? Not too long ago, I said, I felt Hawaii I felt a hurricane with Hawaii. And I also felt a fire like the one we had here, the Tubbs fire, where it just blew, where 70-mile gust winds, and people like my doctor with the Tubbs fire said he didn't even have time to turn around and grab his wallet. He ran for his life. And I saw those two visions, but I had Hawaii and I kept hearing hurricane. So what happened was that fire was Hawaii. Now 50 some odd people are dead. It's bigger than Tubbs. But that hurricane, even though it didn't directly hit,
yes,
those winds between 60 and 80 fanned the flames. That's what the guides were saying, you guys.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I took some time this morning to send, benevolent prayers and all assistance from all living beings for everyone in Hawaii.
Yeah, and my daughter has 4 friends that live there. Lost everything.
It's terrible. And if we don't get more funding to FEMA, and the insurance companies here even are not paying, because we were a direct hit of hurricane in September, Hurricane Ian, and insurance companies are just, they're just not answering people back. They're just ghosting them. And so people have to get attorneys. It's really bad when there's giant amounts of claims. Then they just don't want to pay. You can pay in for 20 years, and then they just don't want to pay. So,
and they're getting away with that?
A lot have been getting away, but the people that have money have been able to get attorneys. And so, but Satan does nothing. So anyway.
No, and the other thing is, there is a famous woman who's an MCer on CNN. She said she was so lucky her insurance company didn't leave Florida. She said they tripled the amount I pay, but at least I have insurance.
Yeah.
So what's that?
Yeah, some companies stayed, and then we have state insurance with Citizens, but some of the other companies just up in.
What happened to all that money that his wife got?
Well, no one knows.
Figures.
No one knows the answer to that. Now, going right in that same vein of no one knows, we go over to Joe Manchin, Senator, Democrat.
His noggin on TV. I'll tell you what I got, but give me the question.
Okay, he says that he's seriously contemplating changing parties to independent candidates so he could run, and the No Labels group wants to support him. Will he be successful as an independent candidate?
Absolutely not. He could be dog pound supervisor. He would fail. He is so unliked. He's just as bad as Mitch McConnell as far as people not liking him. And he really thinks he's all that in a cup of tea. He's kind of got that Trump complex.
He really
does.
Yeah,
I say I didn't even realize he was a Democrat. He acts like a Republican.
Who knew? Right?
He makes tons of money.
Mm-hmm.
This is the hit I got. Well, he makes tons of money off his constituents. But the hit I got was he will live to regret this. He will lose against Biden so bad, it'll make him wake up, because he really isn't liked.
Yeah. He's not liked, and his daughter is hated for what she did with the insulin pen.
Oh,
the EpiPen, and raising the price up 3 times. All right. So speaking of McConnell, how, what do you see for him? Do you think that he's
with less than a year, he'll either be going out feet first, or he's trying to hang in there. He thinks he can, but between him and Dianne Feinstein, I see 2 big names going down. Okay. Dianne is really sick. She tried to back out of the committee she's on, and you know that they refused to replace her, the Republicans.
Wow.
Not even knowing how sick she was. So what'll happen is she'll have to cross, and then Governor Newsom brings in somebody else temporarily.
Wow. Thank you, Karen, for typing the question. I'll try to hit on it. Linda answers questions really fast.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. Okay, so keeping in the same area as Mitch McConnell, Rick Scott tried to have Mitch McConnell voted out. He tried to, the senator from Florida, he looks like Skeletor. He's Voldemort, whatever. So he tried to take McConnell out, and he lost the vote. McConnell won. So will he then, do you think, take over McConnell's place as the Senate
No,
minority?
Rick Scott's going to be going.
He's going to be going
He's
too.
got some trouble coming up. He's going to be going.
All right. All right. So, so I'm sure you heard the news before we went on that Merrick Garland came on and made an announcement that there's going to be a special counsel, David Weiss, he was already on this case, right? But now he's saying he needs more time, more authority to question and investigate. And I had done readings on this before, and I saw that there would be more continuation with Hunter, and there is. But now, what do you get? Do you think he'll come up with anything, or is this going to be a big fat nothing burger?
And listen, the Republicans are not liking this even about this guy becoming. They're saying, oh, they're just, trying to hide. I see him in trouble. I see Hunter in trouble. I don't know about jail. I don't see anything reflecting on the president. But I'll be honest with you. If something happens and he goes to jail, I believe it or not, I see the president pardoning his son.
Wow. Okay.
That's what my hit was. But, the kid did a lot of things while he was on drugs that
he sure did.
And he really showed off who he was and his dad. There's a lot of people out there like that.
Of course.
But the Senate has now brought up an investigation on Jared. So Jared is in bigger trouble than Hunter Biden.
I was not aware. Oh, yes. Oh, into the $2 billion.
Yep.
That's right. Okay. So you think Jared's getting in big trouble?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good. Now, okay. So I know around here in Florida, rents have gone up, mortgage payments have gone up because they keep raising the interest rates. And people are really struggling. And there's a report that people are starting to default on some of their payments with their credit and their car loans. So what do you see for the average citizen in the economy for the next 12 months? Do you think, Biden is touting his Bidenomics, and as he should, but they're saying higher wages, but everything else is so high that
Florida's getting hit really hard.
Yeah. But it's happening other places.
It's not happening in California.
It isn't? Well,
Nope.
You're already so high with your costs.
We're already high, but no, there's no, the insurance companies did refuse to cover fire, but they didn't leave the state of California.
Right. But I'm talking, I understand that.
Property taxes and insurance is staying about the same.
But even people's payments and the cost of housing and the rent, all of those.
Rent's high.
Yeah, and car payments and to get a car loan, all of these rates are going up. So I'm just sort of wondering, how will the average citizen do in the next 12 months?
But Florida is just out of control.
Yeah. But I'm asking, I'm just wondering for everyone.
Yeah, a lot of people are.
Yeah.
There's good news coming, okay? So don't worry. The president might even come up with something. It won't be to Satan. He might even come up with something in October. But people can't even hold on to money. They're using their credit cards like crazy. We've got the Ten of Swords reversed, which means this too shall pass. But I see some sort of relief, but it might not be until next year.
Okay. Hopefully.
The state doesn't care. He doesn't care.
No, he does not care.
Because I see people are telling him, I'm losing everything. And he doesn't care.
He does not care. All he wants to do is be the president. And you do not see him.
Oh, God, no.
Okay. Okay.
Hell to the no. Same with Manchin.
Neither one.
Nope, and nor Bobby Kennedy Jr.
Oh, well, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Okay, so in keeping with the monies and the average citizen, Moody's has downgraded some of the major banks' credit score, and says that the lending situation is a little iffy. So, do you think that the United States banking system will stand and without
Well, it
problem?
definitely stand better than when we defaulted before.
Okay, well, that's the next question.
That was a bunch of hogwash, and
You mean with okay, yeah.
2008.
Yeah, the big real estate crash.
They put a lot of things in place to keep things from crashing. The stock market went up today, so. Well, even what mortgage rates are at 7% now. It's caused some restrictions, and it'll cause some. I don't see banks. I see a few banks having to fold up and head out of Dodge. It's causing some restrictions. So those that don't have a good banking system will catapult. But it's going to be like before. Remember when a couple of banks closed and they just sort of said, don't worry, your money's insured. That's what I'm getting. Everybody stand in a file in a single line and leave the building peacefully. That's what I'm getting.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good too. And so Congress is out of session until September 12th. They return September 12th. And the Repubs, they're kicking around whether they're going to shut down the government like Trump did for, I don't know, how many days did he do that? Was it 30 days?
40-something days.
40-something days. Do you think that they're going to do this?
Yeah. I've been saying that. Yeah. No, I didn't see them doing that last one, but I see this one, them showing their asses because they like to do things that is going to make it worse for people already struggling. And I see them acting out all in uproar. But mind you, while this is going on, there's a whole bunch of people are going to get subpoenaed. What you call is getting ready to hit the fans with this January 6th. Jack has already got a whole bunch of stuff going. Fanny's got a whole bunch of people will be named on this, and they'll do anything, swirl, to get you to look the other way.
Right.
So I see them doing it just for political, or what they would hope would be political gain. It just basically, you might as well just dig the graveyard because it's over.
Okay. Boy, we're in for a shit show, aren't we?
I do see it. I've been feeling it, like, uh-oh.
Yeah. So do you think these next 12 months are going to be really topsy-turvy?
It's going to be, but it doesn't seem like it lasts long because people are going to be in an uproar. People will be marching, but it's not going to be for the Republicans. It's going to be for, you need to stop this, do something.
But it's going to be, do you feel like there's just so much drama and trauma, like now, this Hunter thing, and then the Jack Smith and the Fonnie Willis and all this stuff is getting ready to hit the fan. And do you think people are just, you would think we had been through enough. This is really getting more crazy.
It just keeps piling on. And by the way, there's a big article out. The Federalist Society has talked about why we can't have Trump running as president. The Federalist Society.
No way.
Which means the ones they pay in the Supreme Court better not vote in Trump's favor, because trust me, he's going to try to run to the Supreme Court every time he gets slapped on the hand. And I see them turning their back to him.
Okay, good. Wow. All right, let's see. Banking. Okay. Putin is considering an in-person appearance at the upcoming G20 summit. Do you think he will show up in person? Do you know where that's going to be held? I don't know where that's going to be held.
I just see him not coming.
You do not see him coming.
Nope. I see him threatening to come, but nope. Somebody might even say, nobody wants you here, and we'll poison your sandwich.
Yeah. And he's okay. And then speaking of that, so how much time do you think he has? When we were reading in March of 2022, we were like, it's closer. It's going to be closer. And they seem
I know
like
the time frames are terrible.
his health went down and then he came back up.
Yeah, but he's still bad. He's still bad. The thing is, I think before either right when Trump goes down all the way or when Biden wins the presidency, I see around the same time between Putin and Trump.
Okay. Oh, that's right. I've heard you say that before.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, and then speaking of what Putin is doing, there's been rumblings that Poland and Belarus are having problems back and forth. Do you see Poland getting dragged into this?
No.
You do not?
No.
No for Poland. Okay. How so our democracy is shaky with all of this. There was now this guy there was a guy that tried to go to the Obamas for entertainment purposes only after True Social posted Obama's residence number, right? So remember the guy went there and he was taken out by the FBI or Secret Service. Yeah. And then now the FBI shot this guy, yesterday or the day before that was saying he was going to harm Biden. Do you see any more of those lone wolves?
Yes. I've been talking about them for a while.
Yeah, I've heard, yes, stochastic terrorism.
But it's not going to be like January 6th. It's not going to be up in arms, a bunch of people gathering. They don't trust Trump anymore. They know he can't. They may believe in him, but they're going to do the sneaky behind the door, plant things or shoot people or something. It's not going to be a whole group of people.
Okay. And do you think any of those lone wolves are successful in hurting someone?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
A public figure?
That I don't know.
Okay.
But it could be, because I felt like some sort of, you saw that hit that happened. But it feels like people will be so mad at Trump for creating this chaos. So some innocent will be hurt. It could be somebody we all know, or it could be a little child or something, but something where we go, knock it off. Get this idiot out of here. He went overboard.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. So pain in the ass, Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville.
Yeah.
Who really resides in Florida Panhandle.
He said that's his vacation home.
But it isn't.
Okay.
It's his real house. Okay. So he's been holding up the military promotions and appointments. And he's in trouble for this residence thing because you're supposed to be living in the state that you are the senator for. So what's in his future? Is he getting in trouble? Is someone needs to knock him down to peanut size, because look what he's doing. How does one person it was like when Manchin and Sinema were doing that.
He's in trouble.
Okay, good.
He's in trouble, girl. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit to gather it all up, but he's in trouble. He might get kicked out, huh?
Kicked out of Florida or kicked out of being a senator?
Kicked out of office.
Wow.
Because he lied. There's going to be witnesses that know that he lives there.
Wow. Okay. All right. That's okay. So then, before they did the vote, when Pence went ahead and certified the votes, when they had the vote on the floor, investigators found out that, and it'll come out with Jack Smith, that Trump called 2 senators to tell them to vote no. They have the phone records. And Giuliani called 5 senators and 1 representative. Do you think that Josh Hawley was one of those?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
I
you
don't
think
know if they'll get in trouble for taking the call, but or following this guy, but Trump is in huge trouble.
But if they took the call and they voted no, isn't that obstruction?
Unless, well, they're following the orders of, at that time, the then president. But I don't know. I see them finagling a little bit, but they're in trouble for other things too. For planning the insurrection.
Okay. Becca from House of Lenormand wants to know if Ginny Thomas will be in the Georgia indictment.
I've just heard yes. That's really weird. I've never heard that before.
All right.
Yes. Oh, I love that owl. That's beautiful.
All right. Thanks for that question, Becca.
I see Ginny Thomas going in circles.
She's just spinning.
She's losing her mind.
Okay.
I think she's already anxious and she's driving Thomas up the wall. Yeah. Because everything he's done and all these gifts he's accepted, and they look like scum. They look like lowlives, living fat and being able to be bought. It's not a good look.
Okay, my friends Patricia and Freddie Todd, who were both at your Sedona retreat in your group, they reside in Oregon. And I was chatting with them yesterday, and they wanted me to ask you if you felt that Oregon will have a significant earthquake within the state, not off the coast, but within the state.
I'm feeling more Washington. I think off the coast there'll be an earthquake. But I'm feeling Washington getting hit. But I'm not seeing Armageddon. We're not talking, life altering.
Okay. But what about the one in Washington? Do you think that one's life altering?
It feels like it's, a 5 or a 6.
Because
I see a shaker where everybody's talking about it.
Okay, because I guess Southern Washington and Southern Oregon were having some small shakes a couple of days ago.
Yeah, we get small shakes out here all the time. Doesn't really foretell of a good size. The 4.5 that I had here a while ago, not even a year ago, was only 9 feet under my house. I was right on the fault. Girl, that boom! It was a boom and rattle. Fortunately, I'd had the house shored to the foundation. And it was a boom and rattle. And then another one came after that. But if you're on the fault, you're going to hear it real good,
Yeah. And then I saw that video that you put up with the light and everything. That was really something.
And the dog. Poor Jack.
Yeah. Okay. So we're coming back to Florida. Evelyn Hartman says, I don't feel good here in Florida with hurricanes. And of course, we had that giant one. We took the direct hit here, unfortunately, but I don't know where Evelyn is.
Was your place damaged?
No, not my house. My son had to get a new roof. My daughter-in-law's parents flooded their whole house. They had to cut out all the drywall up, 3 feet. It was really bad. And I know lots of people who flooded and lost everything. But I was just far inland enough, thank God. And I just put on a new roof about 9 months before the hurricane came. And I think that's
it. Do you in Florida, do some sort of shoring of the roof to the house so it doesn't blow off too easy?
Well, you have to have a wind mitigation study, and it has to be strapped a certain way. Yeah. So it's pretty strict now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
but the thing is, poor Florida, they get hit, they go through this, and their governor's not helping them out.
No, like we said, and FEMA really, when it's that massive, when it's that many people, that's why I'm very concerned about Hawaii, because I've witnessed it here myself. When it's that many businesses and it's that widespread, because it was the whole island of Sanibel, all of Fort Myers Beach. And when it involves that many people, the insurance companies just fold. It doesn't matter how long you've paid in. They just up and leave. They ghost you. FEMA didn't come to put the trailers on people's properties because they said it was a flood zone. It's like, what? Anyway, So Evelyn wants to know, are there going to be?
Yeah,
I know you said you saw it before, but do you see the East Coast?
The Gulf of Mexico.
In the Gulf again?
The Gulf of Mexico coming out in the tip of Florida on that side, and going up through Louisiana, Mississippi. Then I see a hit more towards the north, going up through South and North Carolina. And then I see one hit the very bottom of Florida.
Okay.
Let me ask, hold on. This is what I'm getting. I'm getting that listen to all the warnings, because, you know, even in the one that was it in Mississippi, or the big one, that people weren't listening and they didn't leave. And what really killed more people was the surge. The surge, they drowned. But they're saying, listen to everything, but there will be significant property damage. More so at the very tip. What's at the tip of Florida?
Key West.
There.
Key Largo, all the Keys.
Is that the one that was hit before?
I mean, they've been hit before, but nothing has ever broken.
It's a good one that's hitting down there. And then coming up from Texas, even Texas is going to hit, southern Texas. I even see, whoa. Well, you're hearing it here first, you guys. I see some major storm even hitting North Mexico and LA, San Diego. Some sort of storm going through there too.
Wow. I
just saw it.
What about the area up by where Hurricane Sandy went? Do you think that part will get hit again?
Where was that at?
Up is that New Jersey?
New Jersey. Yeah. I don't see New Jersey getting hit again this year.
Okay, good. All right, Steve Myers has a question for you. Has Judge Tanya Chutkan set the trap for 45? Because they had the meeting today.
Uh-huh.
And he can't keep his mouth shut.
Let me tell you something. She's not out to set a trap. She's not thinking that way.
Okay.
Jack Black. He's thinking that way. Like, just wait for it. Wait for it. And I see that Trump can't help himself. He's thinking, oh, you're taking away my... No. Listen, I also got a hit. Don't ask me when or how. That he will go to the Supreme Court and say, this isn't fair. They're taking me my rights. And I saw Thomas and everybody turn their back to him.
Wow.
So I wonder if that's because the Federalist Society, who pays them, the Supreme Court, says, don't consider him. Don't let him drown.
Wow. So then I wonder who do you think then the Federalist Society is supporting then?
They're trying to find someone to support. I don't think they went to Satan.
And you don't think they're behind Pence?
They might be behind Pence.
Or Haley?
No, not Haley. He's not even running.
I mean, Nikki Haley.
Oh. No, I see more someone like Pence or Asa Hutchinson.
Wow. Okay.
Somebody's numbers is going to start rising. I even see a couple of, pre-voting things, and everybody expects Trump to win. And then you'll see somebody kind of go up there and everybody's like, whoa, Trump will still win. But like some people are like, whoa. So what happens is Trump goes cray-cray and he loses it. He's his own worst enemy. Even if he won, the person who's going to run, he's going to fall so hard. Unfortunately, the Republicans, or fortunately, the Republicans don't have anybody. Not this year. Listen, we've got Biden, and I really love Biden, but he's old. I would prefer a nice young, person, but right now he's the one that can hold it just for now. So, our choices are minimal, but if you choose, they're going to choose Biden because he's not cray-cray.
Okay.
He's not saying, get rid of the DOJ, get rid of this or that.
Yeah.
I like Chris Christie because he's calling him out, And people in New Jersey, I guess he was real good with the hurricane they had. He was real good with it. But he has a lot of stuff where people won't vote for him.
Right. So do you think the third party, like No Labels or another Jill Stein candidate comes in and spoils it for Biden, or do you think he's got it nailed down?
Biden's got it. I don't care if JFK runs against him. I don't care if Manchin's numbers will be even lower than JFK or RFK. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And you think Asa Hutchinson's numbers are going to come up?
I think his numbers will come up.
I'm surprised his numbers aren't already up, quite frankly.
Yeah, but we're way far out. I mean, people are making predictions way far out.
Yeah.
I tell people, don't watch those polls. Look what's going on right now. Look what happened in Ohio.
Yeah.
Look what happened in Wisconsin. People are saying no. And your youth is going to come out and they're going to say no. We don't want you telling us what we can do with our bodies. We don't want you working against gay rights. We're sick and tired of you telling what books we can read. People are going to say no. I'm telling you, if Ron DeSantis ran right now, he would lose Florida.
Okay. Yeah.
Unless he cheated like crazy.
Yeah. I know that Ohio had that massive turnout for the voting, and it was a monumental day. When I was reading on this, I felt that the Repubs were just going to try to gerrymander and really wreck this upcoming election this year.
They'll try, but they won't make it.
You don't think they'll be able to pull it off?
Is telling people who are gerrymandering, change it back.
But they're not doing it so far. Like Alabama has
it. To Arkansas, change it back. You can't be doing this. And they're refusing. So guess what the Supreme Court will do? They'll have somebody come in and change the map for them.
Okay. All right, good. So you think that Ohio they won't be able to pull it off? Because I kept getting the moon card and just liar, liar, pants on fire, sneaky Pete.
All of Ohio, listen, my ex-husband was from Finley. And the families, the people, they really can rally together. You know, they love them some Trump, and you can't blame them for that. But, you know, they don't want people telling them what to do at all. You know, the thing with Trump, he didn't go in and tell you what you could say or where you could stand or how you could think. That's the same. But if they come in and say, especially ethnicities, you can't vote, then there'll be a lot of walking in the streets.
Thank you, Foggy. So you think DeSantis' days are numbered?
Oh, God, yes.
Okay.
I could see him with them patent leather boots heading out the door.
All right.
And his wife isn't well. Don't ask me why I got that.
She's a what?
She doesn't feel well to me. I know she fought cancer.
She had breast cancer, but she's
coming back.
She's cancer-free. Well, I hope that doesn't happen, but she's rotten. She's a rotten egg.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right. I think
Mick Jagger and Mitch McConnell are the same age. There you go.
Can that even be true?
It's true. I just read it today.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Same age. And boy, Mick Jagger is alive and doing his thing, and Mitch McConnell is barely making it. He's not well. Poor Mitch. He had polio, so this guy struggled all his life.
Yeah.
But he's mean. He's
very mean. He's evil. Do you think DeSantis just fired another state attorney, Democrat? Do you think he's the second one?
And the guy that fought him went to court, right? And the court
won.
says, yeah, but they said we can't make him put you back in, right?
Right.
Because I see some big thing happening probably within the Supreme Court. See, if you don't like somebody in office, you vote them out. You don't get rid of them. That's not America.
Right. And he's not only did he take Monique out, he put in the person that was not voted in. So it's really bad.
I see some big case happening. It could be a combination of those two. I actually see them winning again by a landslide. See, the thing is, the Satan's going. So once he's gone, we'll clean up.
But he's going to be governor of Florida for years yet, because he just got in.
No, I see him going.
Oh, you don't think he's going to keep his governorship either?
It's too much. You know what it might be, which I flashed on, which they tried with the governor out here? A recall.
Do they have that here? I don't even know if they have that here.
Well, he might have tried to change the law, but they'll go
in. Changes it every day.
They'll go in and do something worse. People petition like crazy to get him out of there.
Okay. Wow. All right. So Phoenix Rising says more pastors are now speaking out against 45 not representing their Christian values. Of course, he is not. He is anything but Jesus-like.
I will never forget when they said, "What is your favorite saying in the Bible?" Well, that's personal. That's because you don't know, sucker.
Yeah. Do you think
he stood out there and held that Bible upside down? You know, he wanted to be sworn in. I think that Stephanie talked about it. The one who was Melania's
assistant.
Mm-hmm. He wanted to be sworn in on the power of, or that book he wrote.
The Game.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
He wanted to have that to
on his book. Yeah. Whatever. So do you think, according to the Bible, there would be, a lot of evil and people would not be able to tell the truth from falsehoods and that their eyes would be closed. So we prayed to have MAGA have their eyes opened, the benevolent prayers. But people are leaving the churches.
I know.
In a lot of different denominations. So it was supposed to have a rise. Do you think we already had the rise and now it's on its way out? How do you feel about the future?
Okay, so unfortunately, it's the way the churches manipulate. Sometimes it's all about power within the church. They'll tell you what to do. There's corruption. It's like any other institution. Sure. The real faith is within your connection to the God source. You can't beat that. Now, it's good to gather and be together. And that kind of prayer is very strong. Mm-hmm. There's some little churches like that around. But there's going to be an upheaval, even with churches with tax exemption, that I see they're going to take it off because they're politically involved. They're not supposed to do that. You're just about the faith. So we are going through, and I've told this on my show, we're going through a real tough time right now, especially with Mother Earth. Such a shakeup that it'll bring us, like more together, like 9/11 did.
Right.
Everybody gathered. So I see people getting together and not necessarily doing the traditional church. It's a different kind of energy. Connecting with each other, and it's not about someone being more powerful than you.
So religions that are organized like Catholicism, you see them dropping off. But what about non-denominational Christianity? Do you think those churches like I don't know, like Joel Osteen and what's the other famous guy? And
no, they're going down because it was greed. They're all about greed. Okay. Listen, that which is likened to itself is drawn. They're their own worst enemy. You can't go on this long with that kind of hate like Trump. You can't go on with that kind of energy for very long because vibrationally you'll implode. It's not. These places are just, people are opening your eyes. So the Bible said that. I don't know about the Bible. It said people will walk with their eyes closed.
Some people will be taken, or, like the rapture, because they won't be able to stand that the truth is being obliterated and that lies will rule and children will turn against their parents and neighbors will turn against neighbors. And
that's Trump.
And so it makes you wonder, but then they say the church will rise, and maybe that's just sort of.
Yeah, but a church like a Catholic church or a church of faith, a church of
maybe more of local, like unity churches and non-denominational churches, things like that. Okay. All right. That's the last of my questions. I thought we were in, when I was reading, I reread some of the Bible because I thought with COVID and all the lies and people not understanding the truth and people turning against people in their own families, I thought, oh my God, are we actually in this phase in the Bible, and like where people's eyes are closed?
Hitler was that way too. So
okay. All right. So and
wow, you think 45 minutes. I can't believe it. It flew by.
It did fly by. I was going to take a couple more questions from your viewers. Oh yeah. Okay. So COVID is going up. Do you think
it's not going to go cray.
New variant? It's not, because hospitalizations are going up too. So you don't think?
No, I've been wearing masks again. You can wear it or not wear it, but people with good immune systems and stuff, it's not going to be like it was before.
Okay. And do you, going back to that biblical thing, do you think that the MAGA crowd, I mean, I personally have some friends that are coming out of that. I don't know if you have experienced any of your friends, because I know you have friends that are Republicans.
Yeah.
But do you feel that some of the MAGA people like this?
Yeah.
They will wake up.
Yeah. Somebody wrote me and said, my mother and I weren't talking, and she wrote me back and said, I'm done with him.
Okay. All right.
And good. You know what it'll be? It'll more so than anything. It won't be the Democrats working against him. It'll be the Republicans working against him. I see like the Republicans saying, you're done. Get out of here.
And it feels like they should already be at that doorstep. When is that?
Well, they were all afraid of losing their status.
Of being primary.
They all are afraid of. So many people told Liz Cheney, I'm really happy with what you're doing, but we can't do it because we're afraid of losing our status.
Yeah. She wasn't afraid. She did it anyway. She'll come back. She'll come back with something. She'll get maybe she'll be an ambassador or something.
You know, it's funny. Sarah Huckabee Sanders said no to having help from the federal government. And the minute they got their first tornado, she was calling the federal government.
She sure did. But now she's kicked people off of Medicaid.
Yeah.
And she's letting younger people work hours that they ought not to be working.
Yeah.
So what do you see for her future? Do you think she
believes it? Oh yeah, she's going down. I'm not trying to make you guys feel good or say, but that kind of energy won't last. People will be done with this. This isn't what she promised. What does that mean? Arkansas is a really poor state. It's one of the poorest states. And for her to hit up people who are already struggling, this is what gets me about the Republicans. Let's take away Social Security. Let's take away from people who are struggling. But don't you dare ask us to tax the rich.
Yeah, that's like the Dakotas voting to not pay for school lunches, but don't take away their free lunches.
Right.
In their meetings. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Or they get that gym they get to work out in, and they get vacation and all that.
Right. Do you think that Vice President Kamala Harris will become president?
I think so. I think she might. You know, I'm not saying Biden's going to die, but I see him dealing with something and allowing her to be president. She'll be the first female president.
Well, technically, she was made president. Well, he had his colonoscopy,
no,
right?
But this is later. This is
okay.
The next system.
So you think she will go in?
I do.
Okay.
And I think she'll actually do a good job. I was surprised how many people were saying, so who's he going to choose to run with him for vice president? I said, Kamala, why would he change?
Right.
And she's kind of in the background, but I see when she comes out, she'll do a good job. I don't know about winning again for her, but I see it's going to be. Oh, Kelly.
There's Kelly. So she wants to know, do you see a harsh winter? Are people going to really get hit with the snow? And
I see some freezing, that's for sure.
I was in Seattle at Christmas time, and we had an ice storm.
I do see some rain and cold snow and freezing. I'm seeing New Hampshire, Virginia, Nebraska. I don't know what they're going to have some hit. Iowa. It's going to be sort of uncanny, some of the weather they get. But you know, I'm not seeing mass death or an exodus or anything like that. So, Farmers Alamo, okay. But I'm seeing like it's really, people are waking up. People are going to say, you know what, we get freak stuff every once in a while, but this is beyond. There must be something to what's going on here.
The weather changes, significant weather changes. Okay. All right. And so did you see anything from Michigan or?
Michigan feels like it's going to be very cold. Not all of Michigan, parts of Michigan. Okay. And I see Ohio, I see up by the Great Lakes. I see Canada going through some stuff. So.
All right. Anybody else have a last minute question for Linda before we let her go? I don't really see anything else. Is there anything? Do you want to give everyone a message for this?
Just hang in there, you guys.
Weekend,
hang in there. Try to be as positive as you can, and know this too shall pass.
Oh, and do you think that Becca from House of Lenormand, she reads the Lenormand cards?
I think he'll run for president in 2028.
You think he will? Okay. Yeah. All right.
All right,
you guys. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, Linda. It's a big honor to have you on the show, and I'm so grateful for your predictions. I'm glad I went back to that old video and saw.
I'm glad you did too.
You did really, really great. All right. All right. Take care, you guys. Have a great weekend.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.